new venue, new event, new season, and this is kind of your time of the year, kind of adding up in your favor.
Yeah, we're excited. Obviously, what you just talked about, the new venue, and the fact that we know the Summit League tournament is well attended by multiple schools, so that's exciting for us, and the fact that our fans are going to be able to get to have a chance to get down there, and it's, we're playing our best basketball at the right time, and that's what you always want as a coach. We're slowly getting healthy. We're not, I wouldn't say we're 100%, but I don't know who is at this time of the year, but I've really enjoyed the season. I really enjoyed our first year in the Summit League, and learning a lot about ourselves and obviously the opponents, but that's, where we've been the last couple of weeks is where we want to be and continue to grow and understand how hard it is to win, but I think our guys have really responded.
But you got to take the fact, too, that each year, the past few years, the Big Sky, even the Great West, you've been tough out at every tournament. Do you build on that?
Yeah, I think one is it's a credit to the guys that they've stayed the course. They realize the process is long, but they've never gotten, especially this group, they've never gotten too high or too low. And I think as a coaching staff, it's more of a philosophy of mine. I'd rather be obviously good late than early. There's a lot of coaches who try to win a lot of non-league games and be really good, and not me. I don't want to cut corners. I try not to cut corners, and especially with the young group this year, we didn't, regardless of what our record was. And I think that's just, it's a philosophy thing, but also it's a credit to the guys who have come every day, not giving in to their scenario, and obviously some guys have gotten more and more confidence, and I just think right now it's the injury to Connor was a blessing to an extent because we had other guys needed to step up and produce for us. So now with him coming back, we just have an extra, obviously a big key to what we've been, but also just gain confidence through others.
Is there one game this year where maybe you thought, maybe we have turned the corner here, or maybe you've taken a big step?
Honestly, 2 games for us in a sense. We're at Western Illinois and just the other night at IPFW. I think 2 road wins, 2 different scenarios where we had to find a way. We played well, had to overcome some things outside of our control, whether it was travel, and really performed. And we had different guys perform, but in the end, when it got tight, our guys really stayed together and believed in the process. So I think it's 2 games, but the other night, quite honestly, at IPF, that was a huge step in the right direction. And it was. But I'll go back to, it was those 2 games. But I think just the overall, the break for us, the 2 games couldn't come at a better time for us because we never had a chance to work on ourselves. So that was just a big part of it as anything else.
And then Omaha is the number 2 seed, but in both games you pushed them and you pushed them hard.
Yeah, it's been obviously here a 1-point game where I felt we probably should have won that game, and I'll take some late game execution where we didn't want to be, but Mitch Hahn and others, what they did all year, they made shots and they made big ones, and then down there, obviously we were down big and got back and cut it to 4, and we're playing well, but we scored off our defense. But again, they had multiple guys come up and make some shots and get some separation at the end. But I feel good about the matchup. It's a matchup that I think. And that's what it's all about nowadays. It's about the matchups and who matches up well. I think we match up well with them. Obviously, they have phenomenal talent, and the one thing that people don't talk about them, they lead the nation, and they don't turn it over, and then they score off other opponents' miscues. So we can't turn the ball over, and that's what we did in Game 2. We didn't do it in Game 1. That's why it was a 1-point game. Game 2, we turned it over 16 or 17 times. And that's where the separation was. So we have to do a tremendous job of valuing the basketball.
You and Darren have to go back quite a ways.
Yeah, we actually worked together. I was with him probably for 2 months at Omaha, and then I got hired at Missouri State, Southwest Missouri State at the time. But we go back. Our ball, we work for the same guy, as a mentor for both of us. And it's Kevin Lehman was his name, and I'm assuming Darren's going to get Coach of the Year, which he should. I'll sit up here and say he deserves that. And then Ryan Moody just got Coach of the Year for his team at Benedictine. So it's a great week for Coach Lehman, kind of his coaching tree, because 2 of his guys have been recognized.
Cortez Seals is the last regular season player of the week.
That's
got to be great to see a senior like that get that acknowledgement, because it's been kind of a barren spell for North Dakota players on the inside, and to see that was great.
It has, and obviously we're grateful for that, even though we split. That doesn't happen much when you split, but 2 road games. phenomenal. Obviously on Thursday night, he was really good Saturday, and it was only fitting for him. I couldn't be more proud of him, and him and Connor have really done a nice job for us all season long. But those two young men have been through so much with us and meant so much to us, and I think are a big step forward in our Division I journey as a whole. So we just, I'm hopeful that he can continue that play on, and Connor can continue that play on going into this weekend.
Coach, if there's an area where you think you've got an edge in this game coming up this weekend against the Mavs, where do you think it is?
My size advantage over Darren Hansen. Outside of that, wow, that's a great question. I think what he was talking about, I think our guys believe they can win in March. I think we've done it consistently as a program. And I think as a staff we know if we get on a neutral floor, and I've said it all year long, I knew it was coming, and we could see things clicking, and we played against some teams consistently at the top echelon, and if we can get them on a neutral floor, I believe in our guys. I just think it's more of a confidence thing because in March we've always played our best, and on a neutral floor we just find ways to get wins. I can't always explain it, but we find ways.